Hey guys, Arihead from Electronic First, and in this Worth the Buy episode, I'm going to talk about Stunlock Studios' surprise hit, V Rising, an open-world MMO survival game overrun with vampires who have awoken from a long slumber. In our last Worth the Buy episode, I covered Nintendo Switch Sports, so if you'd like to see my unbiased review of the game, remember to check it out. In V Rising, you begin your blood-sucking journey as a weakened vampire after many centuries of slumber. While your vampire life could be regarded as, let's face it, mostly architectural experience, you'll be fighting lots of enemies while traveling the grim, gothic world of Vardaran, acquiring skills, weapons, and gear as you continue to progress. It can be quite easy to forget that under this intense survival RPG lies an expansive MMO. After selecting a server, you can design your character who is either male or female. For the purpose of this video, let's create Morbius, the greatest vampire to ever be created. Once a powerful race, their defeat at the hands of human beings has tainted their undead hearts with the thirst for revenge, and an even greater thirst for blood. To this end, you'll be doing everything in your power to establish a new vampire dynasty. How, you ask? By chopping up every tree that comes your way, and grinding up boulders with a mace, sword, or whatever it is that you have equipped. And you'll spend probably most of your time in V Rising simply farming materials for your castle. While the game understandably doesn't offer much of a story, it's a bloody good backbone, and makes up for a lack of narrative with a solid setting. Whether you're playing the game's PvE, PvP, full loot PvP, or duo PvP mode, the core aspect is the same. What changes is how you interact with other players on the server you're playing on. In PvE, players can't fight each other and instead collaborate in tackling the plentiful overworld enemies you fight in Vardaran. PvP allows players to fight one another, while still allowing you to collaborate with others by joining a clan. If you're really hardcore, you may even enjoy full loot PvP, which allows you to loot a player's inventory, as you've probably guessed. Finally, we have Duo PvP, which limits collaboration down to 2 per party. For beginners, I would definitely recommend starting in PvE mode first before getting into the various PvP modes. Each server you play in keeps its own save file for your character, which means you cannot maintain progress across different modes and servers. And if you'd really like to progress in this game, be prepared to wait countless hours for stuff to be built. Progress is locked behind tasks, leveling you up upon completion. There are also plenty of boss fights you'll have to clear, which can give worthwhile rewards like spells and recipes necessary for progress. As a vampire, you will also need blood for sustenance. It can be sucked out from various enemies and even rats, who can be found all around the map. During the early hours, avoiding the sun's rays is also crucial. Sunlight can kill vampires in just a few seconds, so using the intuitively designed shadows is crucial. We don't want Morbius to burn to death, now do we? He still has plenty of enemies to morb and is on his way for world domination. Combat is reminiscent of games like Diablo and Lost Ark, packed with excellent customization for build variety. This is not the first time Stunlock Studios has created a fighting system of this kind. The team previously worked on MOBA titles such as Bloodright, and their prior experience is really evident once you face the intense and varied boss fights scattered in the overworld. Best of all, while the game may be marketed as an MMO, it more than stands on its own in single player. There's tons of areas to explore, enemies to fight, and builds to try out, after all. Everything about this game, from the base building, combat, and RPG elements, create a lot of lasting appeal. Regarding the game's top-down view, you can also adjust it at various distances and angles to view your surroundings the way you want to. This feature is an integral part to world exploration and combat, as the wrong camera angle can make for a poor vantage point and spell certain death. V Rising was an unexpected hit, even for developer Stunlock Studios. Its clever game design has made it one of the most popular games this year, and for good reason. It's fun, unpredictable, and incredibly engaging, although the building aspect may not be for everybody. Progression locked behind objectives that can take several hours in real time may be off-putting to some, and it's understandable. Not everyone has the time in their hands to build a Dracula castle by spending sleepless nights farming resources to this end. Also, that Morbius can be the true vampire dominator. It's certainly not the type of game many will love immediately, but given enough time. And let me just say, I quite like the art direction of this game. It's got a unique comic-y vibe. This, together with its inspirations, taking a page from survival games like Valheim and top-down action RPGs like Diablo, and it's no wonder why V Rising is rising in popularity, with more people playing it at the time of this recording than even Elden Ring. V Rising sure delivers fun times, at the expense of all the trees that come your way. It's definitely worth a buy, so long as mass deforestation doesn't offend you. What do you think about today's Worth a Buy episode? Let us know in the comment section below, we really want to hear from you. Also, what is your favorite part about V Rising? Personally, I really enjoyed the time when my clanmates gathered to morb a Morbillion resources and fight against others in true Morbin fashion. And as always, for everything gaming, stick with us at Electronic First. We give you the best games at the best prices, including V Rising. Also, be sure to visit our Discord server where we talk about the latest and upcoming games. This is Airyhead signing out. I'll see you guys in the next one.